Mention East Hampton, and what comes to mind is the world of the rich and the famous, celebrities and luxury. However, what we often forget are the hard-working men and women of East Hampton town who are either unemployed or working two jobs, pacing every evening, wondering whether they're going to meet their next mortgage payment, wondering if they're going to be able to pay their sky-high taxes, wondering whether they're going to meet their other obligations. They are entitled, in my view, to rely on their public officials to be running an honest, efficient, and an open government. Unfortunately, that has not happened in East Hampton town. This morning, the town budget director, Edward Hults, was arrested for serious crimes involving the finances of the town of East Hampton. This was a one-year investigation that was conducted by the district attorney's office with the great help and cooperation of the New York State Comptroller and his staff. Prosecutors from our office have uncovered criminal mismanagement and fraud committed by Mr. Hults, not for personal financial gain, but for political advantage. And what has emerged from our investigation is that Hults, as the town budget officer, engaged in a scheme to divert millions of dollars from the town's community preservation fund. Hults intentionally moved money from the environmental fund to pay mounting town bills, including the payroll. It is very clear in the law, and Hults and McGinty were warned and told by the town attorney that the community preservation fund is to be used only to acquire open space and farmland. Nonetheless, Hults made moves from the community preservation fund to the other funds as I've just described. These illegal transfers were made to hide from the taxpayers and the voters in the town the horrendous fiscal condition that the town truly was in. For those crimes, Hults has been charged with official misconduct and defrauding the government. Hults is also charged by our office with falsifying business records, offering a false instrument for filing, official misconduct, and violations of the Martin Act for his participation in another fraud involving the preparation and filing of false statements when the town sought to obtain bond anticipation notes in June and in August of 2007.
My office began an audit of the Community Preservation Fund last year at the request of Senator Ken LaValle and Assembly members Mark Alessi and Fred Thiel, and we found some serious problems. The town of East Hampton improperly advanced at least $8 million from the fund to finance government operations. The town also transferred at least $1.5 million from the fund to its general fund as reimbursement for expenses allegedly incurred on behalf of the CPF. The town, however, had no evidence that these expenses were CPF related. This audit led to today's charges against the town's former budget director for these unacceptable transactions. District Attorney Spota has taken the swift and decisive action.
Don't other governments move money around from account to account to?
Yes, and that in many instances is permissible. What is clearly not permissible, and the law specifically prohibits, is the use of that particular CPF community. It's as clear as a bell in the statute. The town attorney clearly warned Mr. Hults and Mr. McGinty that it was improper, if not illegal, to do this, and it was done.